101 TKO Radio. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. It's your girl. I am Chelsea Speaks, and I am back on your airwaves. Hello. Oh my gosh, y'all. It has been about a month since I've been on the airwaves, and I have missed them truly. Like, it's funny how you never realize what you have until you step away from it. So I had to kind of get back into the 9 to 5 life a little bit, which I hate. Let me just put that out there. So shout out to everybody that's working their 9 to 5s. Y'all hang in there. We trying. We gonna get there. Listen, I have been around the world and back. Shout out to my guy Boozy all the way from the DR checking in with me on my IG live. Listen. You heard Skittles last week talk about us going down to DR for Memorial Day getaway. Shout out to the whole staff team, DJ Bo Weezy, Mike Ben, everybody that showed mad love. It was quite an event for you to be there. Listen, I disrespected my liver so much. I know God mad at me. Like, I'm going to just tell y'all, we went through 11 bottles of liquor, maybe 12 in about 6 days. And I know it sounds like a lot, but it was like 4, 5, 6 of us or whatever. So shout out to the crew. Had an amazing time. Had a chance to eat the food out there. Do a little skinny dipping. We also had a chance to ride the dune buggies through the city. See the kids. So shout out to everyone that made that an enjoyable experience. And yes, I miss DR too. I will be back. Like, I feel like while I was there, I just got a taste of just what it feels like to be carefree and what it feels like to just be in the space. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole time I was there, I didn't wear any makeup, do anything, which is crazy because y'all know when you in Atlanta, you got to come every time you step out the house. You got to look like you a celebrity. Like, that's just how we roll. But in DR, it's so hot. If you got on makeup, you look a doggone shame. Your face is peeling. So, listen, shout out to all my people in DR. Listen, today is June 3rd. We are back again. Summer has been flying through. Can I give me a little bit? Summer has been flying through. Y'all know what time it is. Now, let me say this. One thing about Georgia is when it comes to the weather, you're going to get about 4 seasons in 1 week. So you might just have on, you know what I'm saying, turn my bed down a little bit. You might just have on a sweater. You might have on some flip-flops. But either way it goes, you have to be prepared for this type of weather. I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing but ridiculous. And listen, I also have to shout out. Last weekend we were at the Cafe City Fest right at Piedmont Park, Atlanta. It was quite an amazing event. The event was scheduled and set up to benefit the homeless. So all proceeds did go there. So shout out to WQEB, my girl Queen, for putting us on. Shout out to DJ Baby Drew, and 450 Panda was doing a serious mix the whole time. Like, it's safe to say that when you invite 101 TKO Radio to the space, we always rep our big one. Like, we are the vibe. Y'all know what time it is. So, listen, with that being said, I'm going to give you some weather real quick before we go to our first break. So, this week's weather schedule in Atlanta, let's see what that's looking like today. Today got a high of 86. Oh my gosh, 86 with a 24% chance of rain. Tuesday, we are looking at high of 83, low of 70. Wednesday, high of 87, low of 69. And Thursday, high of 88, low of 69. And Friday, high of 86 and low of 63. So, with that being said, you guys make sure you are locked and loaded. Keep your water next to you because we getting older, y'all. You got to make sure you drink your water. So with that being said, I think it's time to go pay some bills real quick. When I come back, we got to talk about a lot of this stuff that's been going on with P. Diddy, what's really happening, and why Sukihana will not let her kids listen to her music. I think that's very interesting because you make a certain type of music that kids listen to, but you got enough sense to not let your kids listen to what you make. I don't know how I feel about that. Let me know how y'all feel. 678-439-7419. Give me a call. My phone lines are wide open. Water Gang in the building. Y'all know big time. We repping all the way. 101 TKO Radio. It's your girl. I am Chelsea Speaks. I am back on the airways, and I will be in the air on your airways for the next 2 weeks. So if you're trying to get in with me like D-Lo, all you got to do is get in with me. 101 TKO Radio. Knocking them out the box. I'll be back in just a minute. 101 TKO Radio. That was NLE Chopper with Mo up front. And before that, that was Tommy Richmond with $1 Million Baby. Listen, I found about Tommy Richmond on TikTok. So I don't know about you guys, but like whenever I go to look for new music and new artists, instead of going to YouTube and traditional, I actually prefer to go to TikTok. So shout out to all the artists that are breaking waves through TikTok. I don't know if you guys recently saw, but UMG, Universal Music Group, actually pulled their rights from TikTok. So what that has done is opened up a door for artists to actually show their independent music, if you're signed or not. Because before they were pushing all the mainstream music, now it's full of independent music, independent artists doing independent things. So TikTok to me is the new way to get a record deal. The new way. But when it comes to record deals, we all know that record deals are nothing but loans. So shout out to all the independent artists out there. Specifically, let me shout out my girl Big Skittles, who performed at DR. She was the only artist to perform, doing her big one. So happy to have an amazing team. And listen, let me just shout out all the talent. Johnny Cabell, 450 Panda, Caprice, Amir and Michaela. Like, we have a great team. I'm so excited what's to come. So listen, let's get into some celebrity birthdays. So shout out to all the Geminis out there, which y'all switching up selves. Today is actually, rest in peace, Prince's birthday. Exactly. I'm sorry, June 7th. He is one of my favorite Geminis. We also have Heidi Klum has a birthday. Marilyn Monroe was a Gemini as well. Naomi Campbell. Y'all can look at her and tell she a Gemini. We also have, let's see, who we got? Aquafina and Kanye West. One of our favorite Geminis of all time. I think that if you look up the word Gemini, Kanye's picture will probably be next to it, because he's the definition of a true Gemini. So shout out to all my Geminis. But let me say this. Y'all, we are getting to an age where it is no longer acceptable to do toxic things just because of your sign. So if you say, well, I'm an Aries, I'm hot-headed. No, you have a temper and an anger problem, and you probably need to work on that. Oh, I'm a Taurus. I'm actually not stubborn, and I'm learning to waver a little bit. So shout out there. So listen, I know we all be talking about our signs are the best sign, but the best sign to be is a healed sign. So you take that and you do whatever you need to do with it. With that being said, let's get into some national holidays for today, June 3rd. Today is National Egg Day. Shout out to my moms out there carrying eggs. I'm not one of those, so that's it. Let's see. Today is also National European Bicycle Day. My cousin just came here from Germany, and she was telling me about over there how they mostly use bicycles and things like that for travel. So shout out to Germany, the whole European culture over there. Today is also National Insect Repellent Awareness Day. I don't know, but y'all remember back in the day when you used to go outside, these had them mosquito candles burning and stuff, and the whole crib smelling like a doggone pound of Avon. I mean, it's just terrible. So make sure y'all stay watered up. Today is also National Love Conquers All Day. Shout out to all my lovers. Hopefully you're loving on yourself, whoever you're with. Don't forget, self-love is the best love you can have. So if you haven't done anything for yourself today or anything for yourself this year, let me be that little voice in your head to say, go do something nice for yourself. You deserve it. And today is actually National, I didn't know this existed, National Simp Day. So simping has a day. So shout out to everybody that was hating on simping. Ain't nothing wrong with simping, okay? And let's see, we also have World Cider Day. So with that being said, those are our national holidays for today. With that being said, let's get into some conversation. So check this out. My girl Sukiana, Miss Nastyana, that's what I call her. Listen, so we all know her for being just out there, always doing something media worthy, if you will, sadly. But this time I found it very interesting what the Shade Room had to say about what she had to say about her interview. So in this interview, Sukiana admits she does not let her kids listen to her music, and she explains why. So she says, what I tell you is, and I quote, I feel like kids should be kids. Just like I monitor who my kids listen to, I still wouldn't let my kids listen to me. Maybe one day I'll make a children's song and they'll listen to that, Sukiana said. Now here's my problem with that. I know as artists you guys make music, it's your job, but eventually your kids are going to grow up. I don't know if you guys remember, but back when Love and Hip Hop was really doing this thing, Mimi and Stevie J were together, and she made that porn tape with the guy that she was with. Now, even though it was kind of messy, it all came out that she did kind of have a little something to do with that, just a little bit. But what I found interesting was your kids are going to grow up eventually. Your kids are going to have to answer for you eventually. Like, even P. Diddy, like, yes, his kids are grown, but that's still your dad. So whether or not, parents, you think that it's going to affect you, it will absolutely affect you, and it will affect your children. So my question to us today is that fair for artists like Sukiana to continue to make music that they know isn't beneficial for our kids, but they have the right to choose what their kids listen to. I don't know. What you think about that, Nelly? What you think about that? Because I got a lot to say about that. Because I feel like it's kind of a double-edged sword thing. Like, you know, you make this type of music. You know that it's not beneficial. You know that it's a replica of who you are. What do you think about that?
No, I agree with you on that because I mean it's like you straddling that fine line. You know what I'm saying? You want to do the music, but then you can't be a hypocrite like, oh, I can't let my kids see it. But you got your kids. I mean, but you got your
audience,
your fans,
yeah,
kids, you know, listen to it, dancing to it, you know.
And then you're making money from them.
Right, right.
So should artists like that not be allowed? What would be the solution to that? Is there a solution to that?
Honestly, I don't think the only solution is if those artists don't make those type of music. But then again, you know, unfortunately, with the society, will you know, say that's
it's gonna happen anyway. Yeah.
So if you're not gonna be, you know, so if you're not gonna make that type of music, then
you won't sell anything.
Right.
I think it's really messed up because it's like you have a choice. Like either you make this raunchy type of music, or you really don't get blown up. Like all celebrities have this initiation process where they have to kind of be embarrassed or do something that's like over and beyond. But I'll say this on Twitter, I didn't realize Twitter is the new Pornhub. Twitter X. So here's my thing with Sukihana. So I'm scrolling one day and I see her giving fellatio to someone on Twitter. So my thing is, which is more detrimental? You having something like that on there or you making music?
Yeah, because the visual, I mean, you know, it's one thing you rapping about or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, a lot of times people just be rapping stuff and just be capping, really.
Right,
you know
right. But when you can see,
nah.
That's a whole nother thing. And I'm like, you know, the internet keeps everything. You know what I'm saying? So even if you try to delete, the only person that can delete stuff is Beyonce. I'm convinced at this point because it's Beyonce's internet for some reason. So I'm just saying, altogether for me, I feel like it's a little contradictory, but it also should be a sign for us to be leery of artists like Sukihana because it's like, you know, you misleading our kids. So I don't know. I mean, I think that's something to kind of consider. Sukihana, I'm praying for you, girl, because one day you with Dr. Umar, the next you on Twitter X. I don't even know what to say about her no more. So that's just going to be that. With that being said, we got some more conversation. Your boy P. Diddy is in the headlines again. I mean, it's just getting worse for him. I don't know what to say at this point. The latest news is his ex-friends. You'll turn it down a little bit. So it says here in current news, Sean Combs actually has a history of violence. It says, for decades, Sean Diddy Combs was hip-hop's boisterous showman. Now, dozens of artists, former friends, and employees of Bad Boy are claiming him to be an abusive, menacing figure in the industry. Now, it's so funny because when you think about P. Diddy, we didn't take him seriously for a long time. He was always that dude in the back, dancing, moving, shaking his shoulders, and it was like, oh, who is this? But the whole time, he is this character that has been martyring artists and taking their publishing. And when he said, take that, take that, take that, he was taking it, giving it, snatching it, giving it back. So I don't even know what to say about that. But I will say, the deeper we delve into that, and shout out to Georgia Spartans, by the way, the deeper we delve into it, that whole Kim Porter thing, I was kind of far-fetched from thinking that he had anything to do with it. But the more I lean into this case, the more I see that those probabilities are rising higher and higher. So I don't really know what to say there. We're going to see what happens. If you think that P. Diddy is going to be arrested, give me a call, 678-439-7419, and you let me know what you think should be done in this situation. Should we go get him? Should he be extradited? I definitely think he should be held accountable. So with that being said, y'all stay locked in. It's your girl, I Am Chelsea Speaks, on the Winter Don't Morning Show on 101 TKO Radio, knocking them out the box. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying the music mix on this Monday. It's your girl, I am Chelsea Speaks. Listen, I am so excited to be back on these airwaves. It's been a minute. Shout out to everybody that's listening, tuning in. Y'all know what time it is. Listen, so let me tell you about my guilty pleasure, right? So I've been watching Baddies Caribbean on Zeus Network. And I watched that show because as a woman that delves in women empowerment, I find those shows interesting because it's like, where is the love? So on this season, you got the bad girls. They are out in the Caribbean doing their big one. And it's so interesting because the whole plot is about fighting. And I really want to ask, like, has our society gotten so desperate for entertainment that we just fighting? I mean, nose is getting bust, all of that. So with that being said, I just wanted to get on here real quick because when I watched this past episode, there was one particular chick who she obviously did not want to fight, but you could tell the way that it was set up, they made her fight. So my question is, ladies, when is it okay? When are we going to stand up for ourselves when it comes to reality TV? Because it's a very known fact that a lot of people think that in order to get famous, you have to be messy. In order to be famous, you have to be controversial. And while to some aspect that can be true, it has to be substance to the controversy. Like every time our shows get on, they're always talking about the different controversies that are happening in the world. And let me say this, there's a difference in controversy and drama. Drama doesn't pay the bills. Controversy pays the bills because it can be discussed and things like that. So when I was watching the Zeus Network Baddies, when I was watching Natalie Nunn, I was really in a state of shock. And I was like, is Natalie the devil or what? Because every time somebody gets ready to fight, she yells shot o'clock. And I'm so traumatized from shot o'clock and DR that I don't even know what's happening anymore. So my question to my listeners out there, is it okay for networks like Zeus Network to continue to promote our black women fighting each other, getting catty, all for the sake of fame? Like, I want to know, what's the craziest thing you have done to get your 15 moments of fame? Let me know. 678-439-7419. I want to know, what have you done to get your 15 minutes of fame? And when we come back, we'll talk about it some more. So stay locked in on 101 TKO Radio. 101 TKO Radio. We are back in the building. Hopefully, you guys have been grooving throughout your Monday. Listen, I can't express how happy I am to be on air. It is indeed my happy place. So with that being said, I want to leave you guys with a little bit of motivation to continue on throughout your week, okay? I don't know who needs to hear this, but write down your goals. I can't speak for anybody else, but in my house, I have a whiteboard in my office. And it's divided into 3 sections. So I have one section that says Chelsea Speaks, one section that says 101 TKO Radio, and the last section says Women Are Dope. So if you don't understand the importance of writing your goals down, what that does is it gives you a sense of accountability. And biologically, when you write something down, your mind actually connects to the physical activity of writing things down, which forces you to push them into fruition. So with that being said, I want you guys to make sure you stay motivated this week. Get you a pen, get you a pad. Even if you don't know your goals for the rest of the year, write down your goals for today. Start there. Take it day by day. Or if you're a little bit more advanced, write your goals down for the week. What do you want to see in your life? What do you want to see be successful? For all my radio personalities out there, do you want to have 50 listeners by the end of, June, July? I encourage you to write those things down. Recently, we had our team do vision boards. We might have to redo those because I do believe that without a vision, the people will perish. So with that being said, I'm going to get off your airwaves. Don't forget, we have Johnny Cabell live with the Get in Front of Johnny Cabell show with DJ Superstar. We got the Lax Network ladies coming in with More Than Music tour. It will be a full house and then some. So shout out to everybody that's been supporting, listening, tuning in. It is your girl. I am Chelsea Speaks. I will be back on your airwaves tomorrow. That's right. I'm on air for the rest of the week in your ear. So y'all stay locked in right here, anytime, all times at 101 TKO Radio, knocking them out the box.